we're going to talk about machine learning. Hello everyone, we're going to talk about machine learning in this video. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. It specifically deals with teaching the machine to perform some kind of task. Let me give you an example. Let's say that we instruct the computer to recognize some pictures. In the more classical way, we instruct the computer using some kind of programming language to deal with some kind of input. We feed some kind of input, for example, images to the computer, and according to the features of the image, we give the instructions to the computer to provide some kind of output. So let's say we provide the image of letter A. In order for the computer to understand this letter, we must be very specific about the features and the characteristics of the letter. We must say that this image of letter A has this kind of color, this kind of angles, this kind of pieces that make up the letter. When you see such an image, you will provide the answer like this is letter A. This means that if we feed another image of the same handwritten letter from another person or even from the same person, we will have a variation. The image will be slightly different than the previous image of the same letter, even written by the same person. In this case, the computer will actually see two different images, and it will not be able to distinguish more, to see the similarity and provide us the same answer. This looks like the letter A, because it very specifically looks at the details of the image. And since these two images are different, even in the slightest details, it will not provide the same output. In order to be able to give us the same output, we must feed all the possible images of the character A, and then when we give to the computer one of these images, it will know that it is the letter A, for example. As you can tell, this is not a very intelligent way of dealing with this issue. We have to provide millions of images of the letter A to the computer, and if even at that point we give the computer another image of the letter A which it hasn't seen before, it will not be able to tell this looks like letter A. So we have a problem here. And machine learning tries to solve this problem by teaching the machine in the same way that we teach, let's say, a kid to recognize some pictures. For example, when we teach the alphabet to kids, we don't have to show them a million pictures of the letter A. We just show them 4, 5, 6, or even less than that, pictures of the letter A, the letter B, the letter C, and so forth. And then when they see a new handwritten letter, they can tell very easily that this looks and probably is letter A or letter B or letter C. So we humans learn pretty easily to distinguish between different, let's say, letters, or for example, animals. We might give 2, 3, 4 images of an animal to a child that hasn't seen before, and when this child sees this animal for the first time in a zoo or on television, it will be able to say that this is the animal that I learned from these pictures or even illustrations. And machine learning tries to do this with machines. We're trying to teach the machines to distinguish, for example, between different handwritten letters. So the way that we do that is that we provide a lot of examples, more than 4 or 5 at this point, hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of examples of, let's say, handwritten letters. We train the machines on this input, and then after the machine has been trained and seen all these patterns, we provide a new input to the machine, another handwritten letter, but this time from an image that it hasn't seen before, or from a handwriting that it hasn't seen before. And the machine will be able to tell what this letter is. And this is sort of like teaching a kid to understand and distinguish between different things. At this point, machine learning has been trained to perform a lot of different things. For example, the machines right now can get to see some X-rays and tell us whether they can detect some kind of cancer in these X-rays. They can read handwritten letters or numbers, so we can write on a piece of paper some kind of text. We provide this input to the computer, and the computer will be able to tell us what kind of text we're seeing. They can detect objects, they detect faces, they detect animals, they can tell the difference between one animal or another. And at this point we have machine learning being used in lots and lots of services out there. One of the most, I think, common and popular usage is translation. Whenever you put a phrase or a word or a sentence in one language and trying to translate it into another language, we're using machine learning to translate that sentence. Because chances are that when you're trying to translate a phrase, we're giving an input to the computer that it's something that it's the first time that it has seen. So we cannot just put all the possible sentences and give all of the possible translations. We teach the computers in certain phrases, in certain sentences, and then the computers can translate almost all kinds of sentences to another language using machine learning. So this is one of the hottest topics right now, and one of the most promising technologies out there. And I hope this video gave you a better understanding about machine learning. Thank you for watching.